Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. So earlier this week, as I have posted, Microsoft rolled out the latest optional update for Windows 11, 25 and 24H2, which is KB5089573. And once again, I'll leave the video linked if you'd like some more information. Now, one of the new features that Microsoft did roll out with the latest C release update is the low latency profile CPU boosting technology that we have been talking about on the channel. So I just wanted to do this quick video to get us all on the same page, because I have seen one or two contradicting comments on the channel since posting the video regarding the update introducing low latency profile. And first of all, if we head into the release notes for the update, here we can see for KB5089573, listed as general performance, which is the low latency profile feature. Microsoft says this update accelerates app launch and core shell experiences such as start menu, search, and action center. Now, I have seen one or two comments saying that it doesn't accelerate app launches. That is incorrect. Microsoft says the update accelerates app launch and core components of the shell of the operating system, like your start menu, search, and action center. So it does include apps. And what the feature does is basically it works in the background. So you're not going to see a front-facing feature. It works in the background to basically spark your processor frequency when you interact with the start menu, Windows search, action center, and some of your apps. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. Now, you're not going to see any user-facing toggle in your settings. So you're not going to be able to head over to your settings and find a toggle to turn the feature on or off. And you're not going to see any notification telling you that the system is actually active and the low latency profile is enabled and working. It's taking place entirely under the hood, so to speak. And something else to take note of is that if you're running a powerful high-spec machine, you must probably not going to notice any change in launching your start menu, your search, action center, and some of your apps. I think this is going to be more helpful on low-budget machines and mid-range devices, like this Windows 11 laptop I'm running. It's definitely not high-end, but it's somewhere in the middle, and it's definitely not low-end. And something else to take note of is that Microsoft says that the low latency profile is on a gradual feature rollout, CFR for short. So there's a good chance that most, including myself, have not received the feature so far. Now, if you want to check your CPU usage, just to give you a general idea that you can check to possibly see if you have the feature, then what I would suggest is just right-click on your taskbar, head over to Task Manager, then head over to Performance and click on CPU to just get your CPU usage going and activity. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to launch my start menu. And we can see not too much happens in regards to CPU spark and the CPU activity. I'm going to do the same with search. Nothing really happens. A very little short uptick over there. And then my action center. Nothing really major happening there. Let's launch Microsoft Edge. We can definitely see with Edge something was happening there, but I wouldn't call that the low latency profile. I think that's normal with Edge. Let me launch Chrome. We can see with Chrome, it's obviously less bogged down than Microsoft Edge. So I would say, and I would strongly suggest, that I haven't received the low latency profile yet, because everything's behaving as normal on my PC. So this is a good kind of basic way to check. If you've seen a massive CPU spike every time you launch your start menu or your search, action center, and so on, then I would strongly suggest that you have already received the low latency profile feature, especially if you are running a budget machine. And in regards to the feature, I've seen in the comments and also on social media that there has been a backlash surrounding the low latency profile CPU feature, with a lot of users saying that Microsoft is lazy and is basically rolling out a tool that's an unoptimized shortcut, basically. But Microsoft's Scott Hanselman, as I've posted previously, has pointed out that hardware level CPU boosting is a standard industry practice that maximizes UI responsiveness in regards to the backlash that Microsoft had received in so-called being lazy and not fixing the operating system, but just introducing a feature that sparks your CPU to make the operating system feel a little bit more snappier. But nonetheless, just wanted to get us all on the same page. I hope that clears up a little bit of confusion regarding Microsoft's low latency profile technology. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.